Welcome back. It's been a little while. I have had a lot of requests on how I paint snowflake nail art. So a little bit like the nails that I have on here and these two examples that I've done on some nail tips here with a little bit of glitter in the background. So I thought I'd film a little quick tutorial and just show you how I've done them. So I've buffed this nail tip just to make the gel adhere a little better, and for my base I'm going to be using this gorgeous periwinkle blue by Miley. It's called Once in a Blue Moon. So I'm quite new to Miley products, and I almost discovered them a little bit by accident. I ordered one shade in with an ASOS order and used it, loved it, ordered a few more, and yeah, I'm completely converted. So I'm going to give this little nail tip nice base. I'm going to do the first coat and then we're going to pop that in the lamp to cure. So I'm just going to give this another coat. One thing I love about these polishes is even though this is such a light colour, I'm using quite thin coats here, and the coverage after 2 coats is absolutely beautiful. So just even that all out, make sure we've got the edges, and cure that second coat. Okay, so now that that is cured, I'm going to go in on this nail, and because I'm going to be doing some little fine detailed lines, I'm going to give it a matte top coat, just because I find that if you're working on a matte surface with fine lines, it stops the gel from sort of traveling around as much. So this looks like it's glossy, but once it comes out of the lamp, once it's cured, it'll have a lovely matte finish to it. Here we go, so we've got our nice matte finish. The brush that I'm going to be using, I do have some brushes that are specifically for nail art, but what I also have is a lot of just cheap paint brushes. This one's from Hobbycraft. I think it was about £3 or £4. And as you can see, I have trimmed this one down slightly, so it was closer to this sort of size when I first got it. That one's got a few bristles taken away. But these, because they're so cheap, doesn't matter if you trim them, and they're absolutely ideal for fine detailed work. So what I'm also going to be using, instead of using like a art gel, I'm going to be using another Miley colour. This one is Break the Ice, and it's lovely pure white. I'm going to pop a little bit of that on the palette. Don't need too much because we're just doing a few little snowflakes. Put that to the side. I'm going to zoom it in so you can see what I'm doing. So just with the brush, getting a tiny bit of that gel, and this is where you'll see how pigmented these colours really are, because normally you'd use an art gel or an acrylic paint or something for this sort of detail, but the Miley gel polishes you can just use by themselves to paint with and get really fine lines with really strong pigment. So I'm just painting the base of the snowflake now. And I find that working just round in a little circle, coming away from the main line, and get a sort of star shape. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a quick cure before we start working on some more of the detail. Right, now that's cured, we're going to start adding a little bit more detail into here. So the biggest tip I can give you with doing fine detailed work like this is flash curing. So if you're not familiar with flash curing, we're going to do a tiny bit of detail and then we're going to pop it in the lamp for just a couple of seconds, just a quick flash to set that work in place. So I like to start working away from my lines. I'll just get a little bit more gel that I've already created, and I'm going to start making these little triangles. happy with that, I can give it a flash cure. And that's all I want to do. Just that quick couple of seconds. And go back in and start building up the spines of the snowflake. I call them spines, arms, legs, limbs, whatever you want to call them. Just continuing round. And flash curing in between. So after I'd finished those bits, I did give it a slightly longer cure, and I'm just going to go in now, and I've got a little ball of gel on the end of my brush, and I'm going to press that down, pull it down into the spines, just to give a nice little finish to the end of each snowflake. Arm, leg, appendage, and also to give a tiny bit more definition to the lines coming down the middle. So now that I've done one snowflake, I'm going to do exactly the same again over here. Now I'm happy with my two main snowflakes. I'm going to add some little bits of detail in between. So these tiny little stars that I'm going to do are really, really simple. Little blob of gel, dot it down, and just pull away from the centre. Make a little star. It's a really good technique to use when you're doing like galaxy nails as well. Really easy, really effective. finish off this design, I've got a dotting tool, just a little tiny one. You can get these in multi-packs off Amazon. I don't even know where I got this one from, to be honest. And I'm just going to get a little bit of gel on the end of my dotting tool and go in and add some little dots. Get a little bit more gel. I like to do these in different sizes. And also make sure that you are doing the full nail. Your design goes all the way around. I'm going to give that one full cure, and then we'll give it a top coat. And here we are, all finished. I've done one with a matte top coat as well, so you can see how it looks with the two different top coats. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it useful. If you did, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and give me a follow over on Instagram. My username is Glitterfingers. And if you do recreate this look, I would love it if you could tag me so I could share in my stories with my followers and add you to my You Guys highlight, which is where I like to share all the recreations people do of my nails. See you soon, guys. Bye.